This is Attorney Brian Pendergraft with the Pendergraft firm. And for today's video in my Ask Attorney P series, I was asked, how much does it cost to hire a probate attorney? Now, if you have any questions that you would like to be considered for my Ask Attorney P series, I have a link in the description where you can reach out to me and ask a question. That said, now to answer this question. So there are 4 general pricing structures that I've seen attorneys charge in probate cases, and they are flat rate, a percentage based on the size of the estate, hourly, and a sort of hybrid flat rate plus hourly fee. So I'm going to get into an explanation of each of them. So starting with flat rate, because flat rate fees they're kind of in vogue now. More and more attorneys are starting to do it. And I've seen flat rates anywhere between $1K to $10K, depending on the difficulty of the estate, difficulty of the case, I should say, or the size of the estate. So what makes it a flat rate is that you are charged one fee up front, and that's it. And the clients tend to like this model because they'll know how much things cost up front. So that is the flat rate model. Now, of course, that doesn't include, let's say, filing fees and things of that nature, which will probably still need to be paid for, by the client. Or, some attorneys may actually roll the court costs and stuff into their flat rate. All right, moving on to the next model, percentage based on size of the estate. So in many jurisdictions, attorneys are allowed to charge a percentage based on the size of the estate. For example, where I practice law in Maryland, I think attorneys can charge up to 9% of the first $20,000 of the size of the estate. So that's about maybe $1,800 or so, if I did that math correctly inside of my head just now. They can also charge and for amounts higher than 20K, they can charge about, I want to say 3.6% of that. So, so attorneys, some attorneys tend to like this model because it's a really big estate, and they can make a lot of money, being charged on charging with the percentage model. But that said, each state is different. So, what I just said for Maryland is going to be different than what it is in, let's say, Virginia or DC, if they even have a percentage-based model, which I suspect most jurisdictions do, but I don't know. I'm not licensed to practice law in all jurisdictions. All right, so moving on. All right, so the third model that attorneys use is they tend to charge an hourly rate. So this is something that I guess more old school attorneys like to do. A lot of them have worked based on an hourly rate model. So I've seen attorneys charge anywhere between, I want to say, $250 on the lower end, maybe even $400 or more on the higher end. And one of the things that I've seen, particularly in probate cases, is that they will charge more when they are performing, I'm going to call them lawyer tasks, and they are charging less, maybe $500 to $100 per hour when they're performing ministerial or administrative tasks, because not everything in a probate case necessarily requires a lawyer to do, if that makes sense. So for example, let's say if I need to, just after I've drafted something, let's say I need to mail it to an interested party, right? Doesn't necessarily, should I be, charging my hourly lawyer rate to, put something into an envelope and mail it, right? Probably not. I don't think that's necessarily fair, is it? But that's why you'll see that the rates may change based on, the hourly rate may change based on the task that the attorney is doing. And the last model that I've seen is a hybrid flat rate plus hourly rate. And lawyers that use this model tend to charge an upfront flat fee to take on the case, but they will perform ongoing services at a lower hourly rate. If I was ever to take on more probate cases in the future, this is probably the model that I would personally follow. Now, there may be alternative fee structures that I haven't covered here. Each attorney prices things differently. And so I recommend talking to a number of different attorneys so you can just compare and contrast how we price things, and then you can decide on the one that you feel the most comfortable with. Also, keep in mind that more experienced attorneys may charge more. from personal experience, the more experience I get, the more I raise my own prices. That said, if you have any questions that you would like to be considered for this Ask Attorney P series, just let me know in the comments, or better yet, I have that link in the description where you can click, and a form will come up and you can type a question there. It'll go to my email. Makes things a lot easier for me. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe so I can continue bringing you more of this content, and take care.